So it's a great pleasure to be here. And I feel that after Andras, Strach, I had to distinguish, there are many Andras, and also Ian from IDBS, you're going to see like a movie in reverse. Because they paved the way, my slides are going to be incomplete in some ways, because I don't have all the plugins, I have some. So, but you'll see that why, you're going to see an interesting beginning of the movie, so just wait. So I work at Vertex Pharmaceuticals, which is not far from here. And the key here is to understand what problem we are trying to address. Basically, at the moment, Vertex has 4 different sites. San Diego, Milton Park, Laval, and of course the headquarters in Boston. And we got about 120 chemists. So number one, the resources in terms of chemistry are enormous. And being able, to brainstorm ideas, chemistry-centric ideas, and the other aspect is also document those discussions, is what is the problem that we're trying to address. And the key is, at the moment, we use Marvin Live in the context of the monthly global meeting, chemistry, MedChem meeting, where every site can connect via Marvin Live. It's been an interesting experience. And so that's the context of the problem. As I said, this is in reverse. So they show the most advanced plugins today, Andras. But at the moment, we do have installed and running both the alignment and the conformers generation. So a chemist can come in and put this rat poison. I could not display any VRT compound or any Vertex compound. But in essence, just fire up the conformer generator. You can define how many, and you can get a sense of the energy. There is some compound information. There can be some properties that can be calculated with this plugin. And then you can try to find what ligands in the protein data bank are present that are very similar to this molecule. And you can see basically that in this case, the Tanimoto index is very low, but in essence, you get the gist. I mean, it's very easy to go and explore what other ligands, what similar ligands are present in the protein data bank. So I feel that it's like a poor man, Marvin Live, across the river, because we only had 2 plugins. But just you wait. And so that's a movie in reverse. We have recently effectively created a new plugin that will go and fetch information in the assay, the Vertex assay database, bring some key information. We're not going to bring all the tables, all the information, millions of rows. Simply, is this compound potent for the purpose of that discussion across the sites? So it's very defined. Each team, each therapeutic target will define what is that number during that discussion. We are planning to do, I'm so sorry. We are planning to also address overlaying molecules. And what is interesting, again, this slide is a bit like food. It perished 2 days ago. I had asked Andras, can you help us? When you're talking across 4 hours difference, then a guy says, I don't know which part of the molecule you're pointing to. And so he has created the first version of a laser pointer that he showed in one of his videos, that you know exactly what the guy in San Diego, the UK, what part of the molecule is he modifying on real time so that you're not lost during the exchange. And one thing is in the works, at least it's in the wish list, is, can we start Marvin Live from other tools, from other Vertex tools? That is very important. Or even embedding Marvin Live. We're exploring can we embed Marvin Live in other Vertex tools? And I want to emphasize at this point that it's been a tremendous experience for us to collaborate with ChemAxon. They're very responsive in terms of, put a wish list and many things get done. It's not like other vendors that wait. Oh, yeah, we'll address it. They're very responsive. And now let me get to the beginning of the movie. And that's the part that I'm very happy to report here is about a year or two ago, I went to ChemAxon and I said, how about if we can design this tool? So I got this problem, communication across 4 sites. Can you help us design a tool? So we started initially a 3-way, as you can imagine, it was very hard. Smart Tech, the guys with the whiteboards, huge, extremely expensive, ChemAxon, and then Vertex. And after 3 or 4 meetings, we hit a big wall, both cost-wise and software-wise. Why? Well, the guys from Smart Tech had their own software that ChemAxon we had to talk to. The cost of the whiteboard was in the order of $10K typically. And then Vertex has our own agenda. And this eventually, I just put my foot down and said, that's it. I cannot continue. We are, someone calling me? It's my boss. No, you cannot talk about that. So it became clear to me that road was not a good way to go. And so ChemAxon responded again very well, very interesting. They said, put on a piece of paper, what is it that you really want? I mean, Smart Tech came out of the picture. And so I never heard of from ChemAxon for about 3 to 6 months. And then one day, I was immensely surprised that they had, they had a simplified, I wanted to press this, simplified version of Marvin Live. At that time, it was called Marvin for Meetings, and the rest of the story. I mean, you've seen the end of the movie anyway. So I want to thank you for your attention. But there's another part that is very interesting to me, and that is that even Ian was presenting. I thought it was a picture of Ferrari. Is that what it was? So when we add the 70-some plugins to Marvin Live, it's going to be a Ferrari or the communication across sites. So anyways, I also want to thank both my collaborators, some people in the audience that used to be at Vertex, John Weiss, Pat Walters, who is not here today, and John Willis, who is high up at Vertex, who really had faith in my effort to bring Marvin Live as an experiment to Vertex, Aurora Kostak, and JP, and of course, Andras, and I thank you for your attention. Anyways.
So have you done your embedding Marvin Live into your in-house application yet? Or haven't done that yet?
No. That's in the, highly wanted wish list, but it hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
I trust that, will be an effort. It's something very dear to us to embed that. We have, shall we say, another tool. I cannot talk about that, but at least a crosstalk between that tool and Marvin Live would be great already as a starting point, but the short answer is no.
Okay. So second thing is, you talk about, maybe 70 plus plugins. Mm-hmm. And is that easy to actually hook into the in-house in silico models or in-house cheminformatics tools?
Well, the plugins go strictly speaking, will go under Marvin Live. If we could integrate Marvin Live under our own tools, then the answer would be yes. But at the moment, the intent, say in the next few weeks, next few months, the idea would be to integrate the plugins solely into Marvin Live. The long-term plan is what you just described, embed everything into our tools.
Yeah, I'd rather actually use Marvin Live inside our tool.
Yes, yes,
And not vice versa, right?
correct.
So, okay, thanks.
Thank you.
So Carlos, are you going to look at, or is ChemAxon going to look at Cambridge crystallographic database rather than just PDB?
Sure, I don't see any reason why. We can look at the PDB, we can look at Reaxis, I find there with a lot of difficulty, but I don't see any problem. They have APIs, and
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
sure that can be done.
Yeah, I mean,
And it's a great, I mean, we are part of a consortium with the Cambridge database.
the
so-
research partner thing. I know Brad
Yeah,
is part of that.
so it's a no-brainer, that one anyway.
So there is one tiny bit missing before we can do that, which is extra file format support in our 3D viewer. So currently it's mostly PDB files. When we extend that to MMCIF, it will be very, very, very straightforward to do. Looking forward to it, actually.